Bone Sweet Bone is not really a bad cartoon, but it definitely wasn't what I was hoping for, and I feel like they could have done something a bit different with it and made it a bit more exciting. This is a Warner Brothers cartoon from 1948, directed by Arthur Davis and written by Bill Scott and Lloyd Turner, with voices provided by Mel Blanc. And this museum worker is putting together this exhibit and he's missing one of the bones. And he turns to his dog and assumes that his dog has taken the bone. So he tells the dog to go up and find this bone. Immediately after, when the dog's out of sight, we, the viewer, learn that the bone was actually in his pocket the whole time. But he decides to not tell the dog because the dog needs the exercise. And the dog tries to find any bone because the threat was if he doesn't find it, he'll be turned into an exhibit. And obviously, Chef, the dog, doesn't want this. And most of what we have is outdoors with the dog interacting with another dog and digging and trying to find bones, which in itself is not, it's fine, it's not bad, but there are so many cartoons where we see that, where we see dogs outdoors digging and carrying bones. It's nothing interesting. Whereas, had a lot more of it been inside the exhibit, inside the museum, the backdrops could have been so much more different and unique and exciting. There would have been things he could have interacted with. I don't know, maybe he was looking, the dog having known that he didn't bury the bone, could have looked in the museum to try and find the bone. He could have looked in, priceless ancient terracotta vases and break them and cause all kinds of chaos. There was so much scope for this to be something so much more different. Since the dog himself knew he didn't bury the bone, it made more sense that he went looking for it in the museum where the bone probably was, or, in the pocket. But it would have made a lot more sense, and I feel like that's such a wasted opportunity. And instead, what we get is a series of animated scenes that's completely the same as things we've seen many times over, even, at this point in 1948. So they missed a really great opportunity for something to be fascinating, funny, gripping. I mean, I don't know how gripping you'd find the threat of breaking an animated vase, but I find that pretty compelling. So, I don't know, in itself, it's not exactly bad. It's not like the narrative doesn't flow well or that it's badly animated, but it's such a waste of an opportunity for what could have been quite a fresh, unique cartoon with a really interesting story and scope for quite a bit of comedy. So, Bone Sweet Bone is maybe worth watching once because it's not bad, but I definitely feel like it could have been so much more.